Well, hello and welcome back to Little State to Big Voices with myself, Shahidah, and my other fabulous co-hosts, Teresa and Norma, because our girl Tracy is still out of town. Well, she might be home by now, but she's too tired to do this. So how are you ladies doing? And thank you for stopping by again.
Thank you for having us. Doing great.
Yes.
It's Sunday. I need some rest before
Yes.
Monday.
Thank you for having us again.
I'm exhausted. I was telling the ladies that took my granddaughter to a little park we have here. It's a little lake, and that girl, all she does is just run, dive in, run, dive in, run and dive in. So I was a little paranoid because we have like big rocks, like, in this lake. And that's how you know children have angels. They
Yeah.
just do.
And they have no fear.
They have that, and then whatever rocks were out there that I was afraid she could actually hit, she missed all of them. Not a
Okay.
bump, not a bruise, nothing.
When she was jumping in, were you with her?
I was there, like in the middle, or so I did walk out further out just to see, because it was like a big boulder that you could like stand up on.
Okay.
And it's slippery because it's under the water. And, sometimes she would get very close to it, but not that close. And then I think they've done a great job with like clearing it too.
Yeah.
You can look and just see right down to the sand that there's like nothing there. So you see a couple little fish. We saw some ducks in the water. And I'm like, oh, these ducks are just shitting.
Look, I don't know if I told you, I had ducks when I was little. We had 3 ducks: Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego.
As pets?
Excuse
First
me?
of all, the
As
name.
pets? Wow.
Please repeat the name again.
Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. It's from the Bible.
Meshach. Okay, obviously, I don't read it. So
Right,
I'm like,
right.
went
So-
over my head.
I'm a PK, so
Mhm.
raised in the church, and so yep. So that's what they were.
Meshach.
No,
What?
now I can't even repeat it. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego.
Shadrach and the Bendigo.
Yeah, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego.
Meshach, Shadrach, and the wow. What
I
story
don't
do
even
these?
Don't
recognize
ask
those
that.
names.
Don't ask that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm like, I
I don't
have
recognize
never
it either.
heard this story, those names ever. Meshach? No, never. I don't think so. Love the name for a duck though.
Yeah.
With the
But we did let them go at, once they got to be big, we let them go to our lake, our pond or whatever, that we used to visit all the time, like during Easter, and let them go. So we'd always go looking for our ducks.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love ducks. I just don't want to be in the water with them
Well,
because I'm just thinking of all the stuff. But that's good. I was so mad this week because when I walked out my door, I have like just a small little brick pathway on the side, and there was like these little round pellets, and I'm like, "What is that?" I'm like, "What? What is that?" It's just circular, very round. Damn rabbit! Like, why would you do that?
Mm.
Sir,
They
I'm
go
not
every
giving you
rabbits.
bread.
It's rabbits or squirrels.
I don't what squirrel poop looks like, but rabbit.
It looks the same, pretty much.
Okay.
I had some on my railing on my deck the other day. I'm like, how did that happen like just that quick? And I didn't see
Ooh.
that little sucker up there. Yeah.
I love animals, but I'm just like, you have your spot.
Yeah.
This is my spot. Go to your spot. You're just right across the street is all of your spot. Trees, everything. Your spot, not my spot. So disrespectful.
Go to the neighbor's house.
Yeah, but you have a whole big lot.
Yeah.
Bigger than anybody's on the street. Go to that spot. And you got a little pond in the middle. So many places. Not like when I'm stepping out the door.
Right.
It's not respecting me. It doesn't care.
Leave
Anyway,
a sign on the lawn.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll try.
Curb your rabbits.
So how was you ladies' week? We always do like a little recap of what we did. I know Teresa did something here in Rhode Island.
Yes, I had a busy week.
Mhm.
Actually was a light work week, meaning the workload, which was great. But Friday, I went to Cranston, Rhode Island and went to the Blue Room and saw
Oh.
Mesa. And she was fabulous. I
Mhm.
mean, so, so fabulous. She is, uh, I think she went to Morgan because she's from Baltimore and she's
Mhm.
been in the business for 35 years. And she has an amazing voice. I saw her years and years ago. So it was good to see her again. Her voice is like
She's a jazz singer.
yes, at one
Mhm.
point she stepped away from the mic and sang off the mic, voice still
Mhm.
spectacular. So this was the first time at the Blue Room. I knew that the place was open, but this is the first time that I had an opportunity to go. Obviously, I won the prize.
Yeah, I was like,
I tried. Lucky, lucky.
So you know what's funny, Norma, was that the I think it was the Wednesday or the Thursday was the drawing.
mhm,
And so I said, I was busy that week. I says, okay, Wednesday night, make sure you go in and add some more just to make sure. Like
uh-huh.
because I don't know how many or who was doing what, but I was like, just get some extra just to make sure. Girl,
Mhm.
I forgot.
Good intentions.
Yeah,
But
Good
she still won.
intentions.
She still
completely.
won,
Still
obviously.
won, exactly.
So I was so happy. I actually saw that I won by chance. So I was
Mhm,
really
mhm,
happy. So the Blue Room, it's has blue accents, really nice space. The drinks were good. The
mhm.
food was really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the food.
What did you have?
So the appetizers, we had a crab cake, but it wasn't like a crab cake, like a Maryland crab cake. It was the crab, it was avocado, it was
Ooh,
Oh,
tomatoes, it had the blue chips on the top, it had a little green. Yo, it was delicious, delicious. And
mhm.
then what else did we have? Oh God, I forgot what else we had for appetizers. But we ended up so entrees. My husband got the lamb chops, flavorful, really, really good with couscous and broccoli.
ooh.
It was I'm telling you, it was really, really good. And
Oh,
I got the special. The special was it was scallops with asparagus risotto. Delicious. I mean,
really?
girl cleaned her place. Oh, they didn't have to wash the dish. It was clean.
Nice. Well, that's
The other uh, the other appetizer was shrimp, garlic shrimp with the
Mhm.
bruschetta like bread. It was so good, so good. And we
I have
topped it
yet
off.
to go. I gotta go.
Yeah, we
Obviously,
topped
it's
it
right
off
here.
with beignets and with vanilla ice cream. It was
Oh
so
my
it was
god, that
good.
sounds good.
It was really, really good. So I
Mm.
enjoyed it. And I liked it because the place had a level of intimacy to it. So it's
Yeah.
not a
Yeah.
huge spot. It's not a small spot, but it's the right size for
Mhm,
very intimate, feel me, touch me kind of entertainment.
mhm.
So I was talking to the bartender and they're going to be closed all next week. And then when they
Okay.
open, they're going to start trying to do brunch.
Oh.
And, so I'm like, that would be nice. I mean, so I've not been to Cranston, and so
Mhm.
they have a lot of places in the area, which, is really nice, and it's right by Narragansett, and the water is right there. We took this turn. I was like, "Oh my god, I could live
right.
right here."
That is one of the things I love about Rhode Island. I think people think Ocean State and that's all you see, but there's so much water inland as well. Everywhere you go, just about has some type. I mean, like I said, I have a little brook right down the street from me. There's
Yeah,
water everywhere.
Mhm.
yeah. So it was really nice. I enjoyed the show. She
Mhm.
was amazing. So thank you, Little State, Big Voices for making that happen.
Yeah, I didn't know who had won.
Yeah,
'Cause and I remember telling Tracy, I said, "Well, when you find out who it is, let me know so I can make sure I can try and get that second ticket," and I forgot to mention that. You brought your husband, duh,
did
I get it.
did. So it was a good
Yeah,
Friday
it was
night.
a
Yeah.
nice little date night.
Yeah, there were 2 shows, a show at 6, and that was what we went to.
Mhm.
It's like 6 and 9, but the entertainment doesn't come on until like an hour later, like 7 and then 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
No,
we had great
I ran into somebody else and they were just raving about it. They go there weekly.
yeah. So I have
So
to tell you, there was a Michelle Obama sighting in Rhode Island. Yeah.
Really?
the
Yes.
real Michelle,
Yeah, you're looking at her.
Oh.
You see that on the
I'm like,
I
well, you
stepped
know what?
out.
I don't watch the news.
It was
Mhm.
a little, like, lightly sprinkling, and so Darius like, "I'll go get the car." So I
That's
stepped
so
up,
funny.
down the end over underneath the awning. These 2 other ladies were standing there, they were waiting, and they were like, they started talking to me and introduced themselves. The Rhode Islanders are very friendly, and, she says, "Has anybody ever told you you look like Michelle Obama?" I was like, "Yes, I get it all the."
Oh,
And
yeah.
I said, "And I don't look like a man."
And neither does she. Shoot.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's why I say it, Norma, like, "What are you talking about?"
Right. That
And
Mhm.
is some.
it's funny because I heard that supposedly the person who said that had some reason, excuse, had some nonsensical reason of why he said that. It means strength of a man. He was
He
just
is such a
No, he's full
liar.
of, and he was only joking and
Yeah,
blah
and
yeah.
blah
he
blah,
said that
whatever.
she didn't have to come after him the way she did. She hasn't said a word, sir.
No,
She hasn't.
no,
Nope.
You
no.
are a peasant.
She's probably said something you probably didn't
Yeah,
like.
but not publicly. She's not
Yeah,
gonna
she's
give
not.
you that acknowledgement.
Yeah,
Nope.
you're,
I
you
haven't heard anything.
yeah, you're not on her level.
Mm-mm.
So
What about you, Norma? Anything good this week?
Okay. So Friday night,
She said,
I went to Legal
"Okay," like,
Seafood again. It was
"What?"
so good. I went for dinner this time with, it was about 12 of us.
oh
Mhm.
wow.
Another friend of mine was in town, so we met at Legals in Braintree. I had rainbow trout. It was so delicious. Oh my gosh.
I
They
have
did
been
it
asking
perfectly.
people about rainbow trout. I didn't know Legals had it. When I lived in Mississippi, that was a common fish, and so when I came up
Mm.
here, no one had ever heard of it,
Oh,
and it was right there in
I
Legals?
I
Legals has
always
had it on
did.
their,
Yeah, that
they've had it on their menu forever.
for
I
yeah,
haven't been to
yeah,
Legals in a long time,
yeah,
It's been
but
on there for
I am
years, at least 20
always
years.
yeah.
looking
Longer
for
than
it.
that. Trust me.
Mm.
I
Because
would
that's
do
my
all
go-to.
yeah,
I love it. It's
I do
so
too.
delicious. How'd you
It
have it?
was so good. Cajun. So it was, and it wasn't too salty. It wasn't over
Mhm.
seasoned. It was perfect. Perfect.
Now, Norma, do they still give you the different options of how you can have that prepared? Because I know they
Yes.
used to do that.
There's like 4 or 5 different ways you
Yeah.
can have it prepared. But I chose the black and Cajun. Again, it wasn't, sometimes I've had it where it was too salty, but
Mhm.
this chef at this location is phenomenal. She's
Which one?
really good.
Which,
Braintree.
Braintree? Oh, yeah, haven't
Yes.
been there in a while.
Yes, it was so delicious, and I had snap peas, and they weren't overcooked, it was
Mhm.
really good, and a side salad.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then from there, we didn't
very
wanna end the
healthy.
night. Yeah, it was healthy. From there, we didn't wanna end the night, we ended up at The Blend in Dorchester, which
You
it's
said
on Dorchester Avenue. It's a gay bar,
Mhm.
so they have, drag queens, but we didn't really
Okay.
stay long. It wasn't for, I didn't, it was fun, but I had to use the bathroom, and the bathrooms are unisex, and I'm like, "Uh-uh." So, and plus I'm getting older, I needed to go home.
Uh,
But we were probably there maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, but it's
mhm.
interesting that how Dorchester has evolved.
Yeah, where at in
That there's
Dorchester was it?
it's between Fields Corner and Savin Hill on
Okay.
Dorchester Avenue.
I
Mhm,
know where
mhm.
that is.
And apparently they have really good brunch, but I've never gone.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. It's probably on the bottom of my list because there's so many places I want to check out.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
So I don't
Dorchester
know when I'll
Ave,
get back.
there's a lot of, I go down there to get my nails done now because my nail tech has opened up a location on Dorchester Ave. I'm driving up and down that road, I've seen some more, restaurant
Diversity.
stuff.
Yes, there's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of diversity.
because I could
So I
tell you
work
the
right in,
restaurants was on Dorchester, especially that end of the street, but now there's a lot more.
there are, I work in Fields Corner. So there's, you name it, it's there. There's a Thai restaurant, Vietnamese, there's the pizza place, there's a Jamaican place, there's some smoothie places. There's a lot of
Mm.
activity.
It's changing.
Yes.
But I feel like for Upham's
Mm.
Corner, that particular area, especially as far as like when you wanted food, there was always like an array of different restaurants, especially Thai and
Well, in that
Asian
area,
food.
yeah, because there's a
Yeah.
heavy population of
Yeah.
Well, but before it was all Irish, right?
yes.
So you didn't
The
really go
the
down
Irish.
there.
Mhm.
Yes. Right. So now it's and then yesterday we went to the well, I went to the Milkweed really quickly. That place is good too.
Yes. So we
Yeah.
used to go to that one on Tremont Street, it over,
Mhm.
Boston, Roxbury, whatever.
Mhm.
So I was glad that they opened up one over here because it's closer, obviously, for me.
It's closer, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Parking's better,
yeah.
and now they have a liquor license.
Oh, okay.
They didn't before, but yes, they
Oh,
do.
wow. All right. So, ladies,
Well,
we'll jump into it. I didn't do much this week. It was a big political week for me. So, it was a lot of rap parties for
Mm.
the legislation, and that was it. And then, of course, I did my little FIFA run for Cape Verde,
okay. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
which was Friday night. I am really into this soccer. Like, I'm like watching it at home. And I think I mentioned that. I'm watching it
So
at
who
home.
who won? Who won? I caught a glimpse of the USA and Turkey.
US one. And I think it was
Okay,
like 4-1 or something. I forget. I haven't
okay.
watched US play at all yet.
I just
And
so happened. So what happened to me this past week? I had no internet.
Oh,
for the whole week?
I guess it was Wednesday. I go to log in for work and I'm like, why can't I log in? So I'm having to work from my phone and my
Oh,
iPad,
goodness.
oh.
but I can't access, records,
Mhm,
things
mhm.
that files that I need. So thankfully it was light, but as it turned out, my modem was not working at all. And
For one day or for the whole week?
for until they didn't come until Friday to
Oh,
fix.
wow.
Wow.
So
Mm.
I'm in office on Thursday, and then I was working from home on Friday. So it worked out. That was
Yeah.
fine, but they were diligent about trying to figure it out. So they ended up giving me a modem. I didn't have their modem. I had my own modem.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
because of the service that I have, I can have their modem for free. I says, because that's the only way I would have it. Because
Yeah.
I'm not paying them to have a modem. I will buy my own modem and
Right.
a day. And so that thing lasted me. I've had it since 2017. So,
I mean, yeah, that's a good run.
Nothing
I
lasts
never even
anymore.
thought of them of dying, but of
yes.
course, everything goes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so next week is a big week. Well, this week, we are in it.
Um,
It is the 250th July celebration. And I guess, how do you guys celebrate the 4th of July? I mean, it's never been like huge, huge in my family. When we were little, we were all out. That was because my grandmother was always, and we would always go either to, I think it was Whalen Park every 4th of July.
Yes.
You know how they
Well,
have the
Lincoln Park for us.
area? Mm
So as a kid for me, all the holidays kind of like we celebrated. I wasn't born here,
hmm. Mm
but
hmm.
Oh, I am back.
being here, it's honestly not so much of a patriotic celebration for me.
Mm
I would say now, like, what are we celebrating? I mean, I'm not sure we have anything to celebrate.
Right.
This marks 250 years of America's what? We got 400 of. I'm trying to figure out what are we celebrating here?
hmm.
I'm not so sure. I mean, I saw something that showed, I guess, some of the beginning stuff of the celebration when like nobody was there.
You were
Yeah, well,
talking
I
about
know for his celebration because he's making this all about him,
Yeah.
totally. The
yeah.
founding fathers of this country, they literally fought a whole revolution rejecting the idea of a king. And then here this man comes in and he wants to be a king, but the thing that makes it so bad about it is that there is 30% of this country that is okay with that. And they're okay with the principles of the Constitution and what this country was founded on being absolutely the opposite of who this person is. When I think of 250 years, this is the wrong person to have an office to celebrate 250 years of America. We as Black Americans, we know and have felt that we're not a part of this system. We put in all the work, but,
Mhm.
we have been, maligned in this country, but we still have a love for this country, because we have created inside the bigger bubble our own bubble of this country. And Donald Trump is not the president to include anybody. He has mocked Americans. He did a whole big speech on how you should call the Democrats now. Like, I'm thinking about this every single night. He's putting up pictures of him in his youth and Barack Obama in his youth. As what are you trying to say, sir?
Right.
You're constantly always thinking about this man. I'm 100% sure that we have not had the level of hate that is going on through this country now since probably the Civil War. And I guarantee Lincoln was not approaching the fight to end slavery by insulting his opponents with playground nicknames. He wasn't doing that.
One of the things that the president did, the podcast, All the Smoke, and he said, I can tell you that you should be thinking about the American people. But I
And
can
he
also
doesn't.
tell you that when he's in my face, he don't talk like that to me.
I
Exactly.
love that
And I
moment.
do believe he said, and he knows better.
Mhm.
He did say
He
that.
did say that. But the
He
thing
did.
is, it's not just our president, Barack Obama, it's everybody. He
Right.
talks big outside of a meeting. He
But
talks
not to anybody's
not
face.
not to anybody's face. He's
Mhm.
always been a coward. He got big talk on the computer, but he is definitely a coward. And how his group of people look at him and see a manly man. If he was such a manly man, then why does he always have to AI a picture of himself to make him look like he's Superman, make him look like he's a god or something? If he was all this that he claims, then why doesn't that why do we not just see that naturally? You have to tell
Yeah.
us all the time.
He can't buy class. He
He
can't buy
cannot.
respect. He cannot buy dignity.
But
He just is an
I love
ass.
that.
but he's
I love that. He
And he
cannot
doesn't
buy
even realize
dignity, and he wants that.
he wants it. And he's so incredibly jealous of President Barack Obama. It's
Yeah.
like at first you're like, it's 10 years.
So
Move
jealous.
on. Like
Mhm.
Teresa said, focus on the American people. Focus on your job.
Eh,
He's just anything he can do to undo anything Barack Obama did. He's trying to do
i.e.
it.
Iran.
Right. So
Yep.
now we're about to use what, $600 billion, some
That's
crazy amount,
when people cannot afford health care.
and he
Those
doesn't
seats that
care.
voted for him overwhelmingly cannot
For
afford
health-
health care. And obviously
Healthcare,
they
food,
don't
gas,
care.
rent. He does
all
not
your
care.
basic living expenses are now unaffordable. They are reaching maximum amounts for a lot of people.
But
So they're
he's
gonna
making
have
money.
yeah.
He's making
He's
big money
he's richer than he's ever been. How are
his
you able
entire
to do
life.
insider trading in front of our faces
And
and no one is doing anything?
guess what? He
What?
didn't have to work for it because he never worked for it
He
before.
never did. He synced how many companies
Because
and he was
his
able to
father
just
gave him money and he messed that all up and he stays being crooked. It's just
And he literally is the man that whatever he touches turns to crap.
yeah.
This 250th celebration is turned I mean, this should have been a moment. Do
It
you guys
should
remember the celebration in 1977? That was insane.
yeah.
Mm,
And I remember what was I, 11 years old? That was huge. That was
yeah.
huge. This one could have been it should have been bigger and better. But the wrong president again is in office for this kind of celebration. He doesn't know how to plan anything. He doesn't know how to hire people to plan.
Well, because he's not hiring people to actually
Ex-
plan. He's hiring people to get money to
Exactly.
it's like three card
It's a
Molly.
cash grab.
It's three card Molly.
Mhm.
Mm,
That's what that is. So again, like what are we celebrating? I mean, as a country, like
Mhm.
what is the United States celebrating? Because united we are not.
No.
When you have
No.
people talking about who should be here, who shouldn't be here, every single person here is an immigrant. Everybody has
Yes.
come from somewhere else. And this
right.
we having all these cultural things in this 50th celebration. I'm like,
And
This
look
is
at
What
FIFA, what they have
I
brought
haven't seen
to
any
this
cultural.
country.
well, they're
Right.
saying that's what it's supposed to be.
Oh,
Now,
I understand, right.
I don't
Yeah,
know that that's actually going to happen because cultural celebrations and things don't actually go with
Are
this president.
inclusive, right.
It's like they say the words, but it doesn't.
it doesn't
It's
mean
I
not.
even he said the American culture. I'm like, "That sounds
what
pretty
is
woke
that
to
though?
me."
It's
There
white
is no
culture.
American culture.
There
It's
is
white
no
So
and
they
culture.
there is
really have
no
a
white
culture because
culture.
it's stolen culture.
It's stolen
Exactly.
culture, but it's for them. It's white culture. It's culture, white dominance.
That would have to be a mix of all the Europeans who have come here, but that's not who the culture rules after. That Black Americans set the culture and the tone for
Right,
America.
That's
Period.
why they've stolen everything that we've ever done.
Mhm.
right, from the food to the music to the business to anything, the
Anything else,
trades.
to inventions, you name it.
Yes,
But definitely the culture of speech, the culture of, the things that have that this country had gotten crazed over started with African Americans.
right.
Music, how we talk, how we dress, fashion, all those things have had an impact, and America follows that culture and then they claim it as their own.
Yes, they
Anyway,
definitely do.
Well, you know,
it's he's not the president to actually have this kind of celebration, and when you talk about immigrants, we do have to kinda, like, circle back to what the Supreme Court did, which nobody is I was
Mm.
a little surprised. I don't know why I thought that they wouldn't deny them that status, the temporary protective status of Haitians and Syrians were denied, so I think they have, like, 30 days to get their stuff together or something like that.
It's ugly.
It's ugly, and I saw a speech in, well, let me ask you guys about this. So, some woman gave a speech in Boston, and she was a Haitian woman on fire, and she started saying, how this country could do the Haitian community when it was the Haitian community that helped build this country. And, of course, African Americans came out and said, "Well, when? When?" And I feel in the motion you're saying stuff, and maybe she did not mean it that way, but
right,
and I think we mentioned this, so many other groups of people have come here and have denied that the rights that they have are
right,
because of African Americans, and
yeah.
that's basically because they're taught a history that is a fake one.
And
Right.
so,
We're
yes,
erased.
and you're saying that it literally had me thinking earlier today when we were, kind of thinking about the topics. And I was thinking about when I grew up in school and the history lessons that I learned when I was in school. And I was like, oh my God, the indoctrination of lies to us, as it wasn't just me as being a Black
Mhm,
female little girl in school, but it was to white kids as well,
mhm,
Yep.
which denies them the truth as well as it denies us the truth
Mhm.
and the
mhm.
knowing of what really has taken place in this country and how they have made it just fantastical. Like they're just such, like Lincoln freed the slaves. Well, it wasn't like, oh,
Lincoln.
Yeah,
here you
yeah.
like,
Right.
you know, it wasn't like that.
It
But
was not.
so it's just interesting when I think about the disservice that they have done to this country. So what
I
we
even think
celebrate,
about that in terms of how it's a lie that Christopher Columbus did not.
He never stepped foot over here.
That's a lie, but starting in K1, we're all singing that song, the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. There's a whole song, and it's
Yes.
a lie. And then you have Italians here feeling that their connection to America is this
it,
man.
right?
And it's
Right.
not. So when people started taking down, like, his statues, they
Yeah,
were forcing to agree, but you were lied to, and the history too.
right.
So you can't there are many other Italians who have contributed to your history. Why do you have to stick to this lie?
Right. And American history.
Because
Right.
I know it's partly because you can say, well, we just, our people discovered America, but it's a lie, you know,
Right.
and they try and hold on to that. So it's not just us who have been, like, manipulated and believe this fantastical fantastical story. It's all these different immigrant groups that have come here, have heard a story about their people that's probably not even based on reality.
Yep.
But when did you start to learn that? For me, I didn't I started to learn that in college because all through school they taught us about Christopher Columbus, Martin Luther King, not very much so Malcolm X, but it was always the same 10 or so Black Americans. And then realize, wait, there's more. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like you knew they
Right.
were out there, but they didn't recognize them
Like
until we
Benjamin
got.
Banneker, Charles Drew,
Mhm.
Mhm.
a couple of folks who had an impact on the country.
You know what I
Well,
watched for the first time in my life last night?
what?
And it made me because the place that they were working was the Benjamin Banneker, Community
Oh,
Center, was a piece of the action with Sidney Poitier,
Oh,
and
yeah.
phenomenal
I
actor.
had never seen the whole may have seen, like, bits and pieces, but I'd never seen
I'm
it, but
gonna have to rewatch it.
it was on I 'cause Pam Grier has a Pam Grier Oldies channel. It's one of, like,
Oh,
one of the free channels, and they show all these old movies. There's, like, these little quizzes and stuff on, like, what music was popular during a certain time. It's actually really good. This is, like, the 2nd movie. I think it's called Pam Grier
I'm gonna write it down.
Movie Flicks or something. Look it up because it's like one of the free channels that, come up on your TV. But that's what I ended up watching last night. And I was just like, and Sydney Poitier was like, "You don't even know who Benjamin Banneker was. You're coming to this community center." And I was just like, "Ooh, let me look up what Benjamin Banneker did because I forgot."
Mm,
But I know the name, what
right.
he did the design for DC. He was well, he was a lot of things, but he was an engineer. Very smart man. But anyway, yeah, so our history is all like convoluted or whatever. So how do you guys plan on celebrating this year? Do you plan on doing anything or what?
So for me, I usually my town has a parade and usually my kids participate, but this year they opted not to do so.
The town is not having a parade or your kids are not
No, the
opting
town's not having a parade. And
Really?
everybody's well, not every a lot of people in town are up in arms about it and they decided not to do it this year. They're gonna have something more centralized at a park
Mhm.
and more family geared because I guess the parade and we're not having fireworks either.
Oh,
And
good.
we're gonna test this out this year. It's gonna be during the day and not at night because I guess there was some problems in the past and they just want to try to avoid that
Okay.
and make it more family oriented. So I won't be attending that. So I'm either going to be going to Boston for the fireworks. It
Mhm.
depends on the weather. If not, we were invited to a event down in Newport, depending on the weather. Because the Newport event is outside, inside. If
Oh,
it
okay.
rains, they have a tent and everything. So it just depends.
This is probably there's a lot of activity, got a lot going on this weekend.
Mhm.
So my girlfriend is having a cookout. She's having some family that's coming in town, so it's a big weekend, celebrating, 80th and 85th birthday party celebration. So,
What a blessing.
yeah, so there's family coming in, so I'll be, doing the cookout on Saturday, and then Sunday that she's doing a brunch. Her mom turns 85.
I
So,
know the 4th is on
on
Saturday, right?
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
Friday, we have Friday off. I have
Yeah,
Friday off
I
from
have
work.
Friday off too.
I don't have Friday off. We have Monday off.
That's different.
Yeah,
Usually for us, if it falls on Saturday, it's Friday. If it falls on Sunday, it's Monday.
Yeah,
right.
I thought we did it that way before. I don't know why we're doing it after. Very weird. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I'll take it.
Yep, so
I
that's
know that's right.
I'll be lack of sleep and cocktail
Mhm.
eating and all the things, so by Monday, I'll be tired.
Yep.
I have
Fun.
no idea what I'm going to do. I mean, because it is a Saturday, and I know that, yeah, I mean, there were a couple of barbecues that I was invited to, but they're not like family barbecues. They're more like friends. So I don't know. I don't know.
You
I
don't know
haven't made
what.
up my mind yet. I think I
Yeah.
might just go downtown and just enjoy the soccer games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily like I said, what we celebrating, I'm not really
Nice.
Celebrate.
We're just having a
Events.
barbecue. That's what it is.
It's a barbecue.
We're
That's right.
not really I don't think, but and I've talked to quite a few people too, white and black. No one's feeling this 250th thing because they just feel like there's nothing to celebrate with this person
Right.
in the White House. So
You
it's
know,
got to be something else. We got to make it something else.
I used to put up a little American flag and we go down to the
Mhm.
I don't now when I see the flag, I don't have
Oh,
I'm like, why do you have a flag?
Imma
Like it's
tell you,
not
I've been
even
feeling that way, Norma, for a while.
few
Every
years.
time I see a flag or you go by somebody's house and they got flags all the whole length of their fence, and I be
And
like,
I'm like, what does that mean? Right. And it's
"Trouble, I'm
probably
not running to that house."
Well, because
yeah,
I think for us
I
too,
don't
and I
have
think
a
we have
connection. Like,
discussed it
Yeah. Yeah.
before, the flag for especially for Black Americans holds a little bit of terrorism behind it.
yes.
Because a lot of times when you see, especially if you see it like on a big truck and a,
And
little
it's
old white
Mhm.
guy driving, they'll have that big old flag and then they have no problem with yelling the N-word out the window.
that and a
So
swastika.
yeah,
And that other flag, the American flag that's blacked out, is that the police flag?
yeah,
That
the
I'm
police
like,
flag, I
why do
have an
you have
issue with
that?
that one.
With
It's
the thin blue
uncomfortable.
line.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
So for us, the flag, I mean, I have a couple because, I have like military family,
Yeah.
but
mhm,
it mean I celebrate my military family, but in the
I
same
did too.
instance, America's not where it should be, and until you are accepting of all Americans, specifically Black Americans, because we have been here from the beginning, we have built this place up from the beginning. I feel like until the only time that I felt like I could wave a flag was the 8 years Obama was in office, because that's when I truly felt very American, very accepted. It was just fresh,
Mhm.
so I could
Mhm.
do it then, but and other presidents, but right now, not especially not with,
Yeah.
this guy at the helm.
Yes,
It it seems like another extension of his racism.
as the color purple until you do right by me. Everything you touch.
I know, I should have said, like, "What book?" I forgot to bring in, like, a book for this to end this one, but yeah.
Well, it's interesting because I do have a book,
Oh my.
and it's funny because I was thinking about this book, but I was like, "Where is the book?" Hold on for a second, let me grab it. I've had this book, and I am going to read this book.
Look at your little kitty cat.
You see what she just did?
What
Yes.
is what I missed? What she do? Walk across the stream?
Yes,
She was like, "Hey."
She was like, "What's going on?
exactly.
Who are you talking to?"
So this book here, this is one of the books that I got free when I worked at the Globe, and it's called Free at Last.
Okay.
And it's the civil rights movement and the people who made it. And it's by Fred Powledge. It's uncorrected advance proof from Little and Brown publication. So this was February 26, 1991. It's 736 pages.
Oh,
Wow.
goodness. Have you got
Yeah.
okay, you know what book is really good, and I suggest everybody in the world reads it, and a lot of people have. The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich.
I've not read that book.
It is like 800 pages. It took me a summer to read,
I'm
but
writing
it
it
breaks
down.
down everything about Germany from Adolf as a child, that it breaks down the police, the mentality of the Germans during that time. It's just like it's a blueprint for what we are going through
Mm.
right now. It is a
Oh,
fabulous book. I think his name was Friedman, but The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, and I gave it to my father because he said he wanted to read it, and I knew that man was not gonna read his book, and I just was like,
He's still, he-
"Where?"
he's still reading it.
That was like 6 years ago. Like, "Sir, I want my book," because I would like it just for reference. Like,
Yeah.
there are things come up and I'm like, "Okay," the chapter about the police and the mentality of the police, it was because so many of these people were people you would not think would fall into that way of thinking. They were just like regular people. Now remember, this is neighbor on neighbor. They were all the same color, hating. I mean, of course they hated the
Yeah.
Jews, but basically the police were going after their neighbors because they wanted to make sure that their neighbors weren't harboring any Jews or had any beliefs or even cared enough about other people to speak out. So these were people who could be your baker at your local bakery, and you always thought was a nice guy, and they recruit them to be an SSS officer, and they would be diabolical. Like you had that brewing in you to be that evil. And it just reminds me so much of what America is right now, because there are people who you've worked with and you're like, oh, I like Tony or I like Susan, and they're great people. And then you hear them saying stuff that Donald Trump says and, repeating the Haitians eat cats and dogs. I know it's for a fact because my cousin told me she lives in a town that's not too far from a town that her friend lives in. All kinds of craziness. So it really breaks down how these people want to be able to unleash that part in themselves. It's a really good book. It's just 800 pages.
Only
Crazy.
800. Only 800.
And I have this book. I thought of this. Did you?
Yes.
Coffee table book.
This
Yes.
is because this is more like a picture book too that she kind of put together. It's really nice. I love it.
I don't have that one.
We
What?
did.
You're on the cover, honey.
I know.
This is an older one too. Oh, and they got the girls. Man, you
You
see
could
Sasha?
Sasha Fierce. Now that's Sasha Fierce.
That is Sasha
You
Fierce.
saw that? She looked fabulous.
She
Of course, they had something to say about it, but I thought both young ladies looked gorgeous and had their individual styles.
They
Yes.
do have this, and I love that they're so close.
Yes.
Yes.
Who can you really kind of like depend on for who you are?
Right.
Somebody that totally will get it. Only be your sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So well, all right, ladies. Anything else we need to touch on? Our girl should be back next week.
Yeah. I want to end on a happy note.
Yes, me too.
Same.
I mentioned this to you. So, like I said, a lot going on this week is, it's graduation season and people are graduating
I
from
love it.
school and kindergarten, all the stuff. And
Hmm.
so yesterday, sadly, but gladly, yesterday, I was unable to attend an event that I wanted to go to.
Mhm.
Nice. From Club Quarantine,
Oh, yeah.
they had the dance party in Cambridge in front of City Hall. There were
I saw that.
50,000 people
How
out,
many?
50,000 people there.
Yes, more than that attended the Great American State Fair.
If they had one person there, that was more.
Mhm.
That was a beautiful. I saw it. I saw the highlights.
Yep. Shahida, you went black, girl.
I did.
We can't see you.
Don't worry about it. It will show in a minute. It will
Okay.
Okay.
show on this. I don't know why it did because I can see you all fine.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's just
All right, you
no.
still can't see me? That is weird. I'm just gonna keep going because it definitely has me on here. So I don't know what she's like, okay. I don't know what. But go ahead, finish telling me
Yes.
about Be
Well,
Nice.
it was a highly successful event. And if any of you all were like me during COVID, I would be up at all hours of the night and morning,
Yes.
like listening to that music. That music was honestly, I felt like it was life-saving.
Mhm.
It was a scary time. It was so quiet in a very peaceful way, but
Right.
it was very isolating too.
Isolating. Yes, that's the
So having that to look forward to, you were seeing people that you knew, you saw all the different, celebrities popping in and
Mhm.
engaging, and he would change his hats, and it just was the cult a cult of one of the most greatest and most beautiful thing that could happen to a people. It felt it Now that's something to celebrate. It felt like we were all in this together. It felt like one. So that celebration, him coming here, I was like, I can't believe I'm going to miss this.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it, but I
Yeah,
do get what I mean, I think we talk about this all the time. That COVID was a horrific experience
yeah,
for a lot of us, but then it
yeah,
also was a calming experience because I actually loved just the whole world just shutting down for a minute. Like,
yeah,
let's all take
yeah,
a breather, and Black people, we're gonna find some way to get some joy out of something, and the way we turned Instagram into a meeting place,
yes.
phenomenal.
But
So
Playing
girl,
bingo.
it was. What was it? Versus took off
yeah,
then, D
yep.
Nice, but it was a lot that we brought again, back
Jazzy
to
Jeff
the culture.
Jazzy Jeff was also here for BAM Fest.
Mhm.
So, there was a lot going on. There was a lot
Yeah.
going on in the city, but I Club Quarantine was I'm a Club Quarantine girl for sure,
Mhm.
for life. Like,
And it's
yeah,
and I wasn't I did. I what was like every night at 9 o'clock he would start off or something like that. It was it
and or
was
some random
and there
time.
were so many people in those
Yeah,
chat rooms. So it was a time was had, even
yeah,
though it was a horrible time, but a time was had.
yeah. Because there was a lot of loss during that time. That was with
Mhm.
George Floyd.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
started.
Mom
Mhm.
passed away of COVID.
Mhm.
So, that was like medicine for the soul.
Yeah,
It
it
really
was.
I
was.
would be in
It
the
kept
house
us connected.
It
dancing.
did. We did stay connected.
Yep,
Mhm.
the internet was great for that.
Yeah,
It
Imagine if that had
was.
happened with pre-internet, we would have been really
People were
praised.
cooking and then, like, taking videos. Everybody was cooking
everybody was what you eating, what you making,
Right?
cooking
book
stuff,
club meetings online,
Yes.
you know,
and that's
celebrating
that
birthdays online with others with your own like, get your own, like, little cake or something and
Mhm.
cocktail, and this was really
Remember I sent the what was it? The drinks through the mail?
yes,
Yep.
So we could have our
Mhm.
little cocktails. Yeah, it
yes,
Yep.
was definitely a great
People were creative
very
and
creative. I
making
played
sure
bingo
the
a couple of
connection.
times. Yeah, it was some fun things
Yeah,
going
there were
on.
a lot of, like, different activities online because it was, like, people were having, like, game nights, remember?
Yes.
A lot of game nights. Yeah,
Trivia.
it was
we
like
did a lot.
having it was like the world had a huge timeout,
Mhm.
Right.
and
But
I
again, that's part of the beauty of the history, 250 years of an American society. Those are the things. There's a lot of bad in there, but those moments when we come together, it's just like with
A
this
lot of
soccer.
joy.
Look at how much joy
yeah,
all of these foreigners have brought to the United States. People are
Yes.
out here celebrating these different countries, and some that you would have called shithole countries, a few weeks ago, but you're throwing out the red carpet for the Guyans, or, you're throwing out the red carpet for these Cape Verdeans. And a lot is going on and happening, and people are ecstatic and happy to have this. This is what make us great. Not our president calling, Americans dumbcrats or whatever he was trying to say. It's not that. It's the
no,
stuff
Right.
that we find joy in together. Anyway.
yes,
Well,
That's the
anyway, so, happy July 4th, happy 250th, whatever you decide to celebrate. Let's just celebrate the uniqueness of us, the
yes,
fun of us, the beauty of us,
the joy of us.
the
yeah.
joy of us. Those are the things
They
that we
wanna
can
be us.
celebrate.
Right.
Mhm. Mm,
Like Barack Obama said, we occupy their
we
heads.
occupy, yes, we
We
do. We
just want to be
stay
left
instead.
alone.
If you wanted to send us someplace and it was just us, if I don't know if there was a whole continent that we could just have to ourselves and you don't have to come and visit, then we'd be happy. But you come to wherever we are.
Trying to conquer,
Right.
you're
Right.
stealing and conquering. Everywhere
Every,
we are, you wanna come and steal and pillage.
anyway. Well, thank you, ladies,
Yes.
again. It
Thank
was
you for
great
having
having
us.
you on. I appreciate it. Tracy will be back next week. I hope she gets some.
Yay. Are we fired?
Kinda.
I
You're
hope
just
she's
laid off.
I
You
hope
just
she's
laid off.
bearing I hope she's bearing gifts.
Ex really.
Yeah, she owes you all definitely some gifts for filling in for her. But yeah, you're not fired. We don't
See,
want to use
Norma, it
that word.
takes 2 of us to be one Tracy.
You're absolutely right. I loved it. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's great. And we'll definitely have you back. But until next time, enjoy the week. Have a blessed holiday, whatever we decide to do. But we will catch you next time. And of course, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, all the podcast streaming stations. That's where we'll be. You probably again won't see us on Instagram this week because my girl is not here. And even though I'm not supposed to be using the internet, I did this week because I had a very clean week last week. And now I have to go and detox again because it was like, it just sucks you in. You in. Damn it.
You need to open the door a little bit so that you can see what's happening and be able to be up to your stuff, and then you
That's
close.
the thing. Once I open the door, it's like I throw it wide open. And then the next thing you know, it's like 3 days I'm all in. Like it's insane. And I'll just admit it freely. I love it. I love Instagram. I do, but I need to be concentrating and doing other stuff. That's the
Right.
only thing. It's a time waster. So until next time, again, thank you, ladies. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful evening.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.